students in the world. And my students have made huge gains academically this year, like beyond what I ever expected. But I still feel like something is missing: the social and emotional learning, the ability to control and express their emotions. And that is why I'm suggesting Dance for Peace. Dance for Peace is an innovative and global nonprofit that inspires young people to be leaders and peacemakers in their communities through dance and creativity. It was created by my sister, who's pictured there and sitting in the second row, when she was a full-time scholar in South America, and she came up with this program. And now I want to bring it to Prince George's County. There has been a tremendous call to action with issues related to school violence and bullying. According to Prince George's County Police, around 2,800 gang-affiliated youth reside here. In 2008, one Prince George's County high school had nearly 250 suspensions for fighting. There is a need to promote social-emotional learning in the youth of our schools all across Prince George's County, from Hyattsville to Fort Washington, Temple Hills to Upper Marlboro, everywhere. While there is a huge problem, there is also a large opportunity for change. The U.S. Department of Education has set aside $410 million for bullying-related programs, and the Federal Partners in Bullying Prevention Steering Committee launched in 2010. So if students engage in peace education in a way that is dynamic, physical, and fun, they will have the social and emotional competencies that empower them to be leaders and peacemakers in our classrooms and our communities. So these social and emotional competencies will lead to safer classrooms, which will then lead to the safer communities. The outcome? Students spend less time in suspension or with counselors and more time in our classrooms. Teachers, like myself, will spend less time addressing classroom management issues and more time on the core curriculum. And with these benefits come higher academic success. And as teachers, we always talk about the importance of our students feeling safe in the classroom. And here's how we do it. All of these outcomes listed here have a direct social return on investment while giving our students a better opportunity to become productive and successful members of society. So here, everyone benefits. As a teacher, I would benefit because my students would be more respectful of me and one another. They will really mean it. They will spend more time in my classroom, not outside the classroom, and their families would see benefits in their home lives as well. The reach of the program is much greater than the number of students that are in the program alone. This program is not a dance outreach program. Dance for Peace is not coming into our schools and doing hip-hop and ballet with our kids. It's using dance as a medium for change. It's not just a dance class. It's research-based theory of change. Let's say that our students come in pre-K, and then they do Dance for Peace in kindergarten, first grade, all the way through 8th grade. Then in high school, they can become a junior peace mover and give back. Then in college, a peace mover. This progressive curriculum is a pipeline that Prince George's County students can continue to be a part of. It's not a one-time attempt, it's sustainable. And not only would we be building peace on a local level, but we would be building a global culture of peace and global citizenship through dance. For example, Dance for Peace students now in the Philippines are dancing a dance that Dance for Peace students in Washington, D.C. created. And in D.C., they're learning what Dance for Peace students in New York City created. It's student-led, student-driven. The choreography and content is driven by students, and is facilitated by peace members. So here are the core skills that are covered in a semester. There are 11-hour-long sessions that meet once a week. These start after the first session, which is just a meeting and conducting free-body machines. These sessions cover everything from managing emotions to valuing differences, respecting others. Not only do students develop these emotions, but they really learn to understand them. Dance for Peace strives to have an evaluation system that is as movement-centered as possible. Jump if you feel like you were able to express your happiness today, or curl up in a tiny ball if you felt stressed in this activity. Students use their movement to express their emotions and get their responses out. After each session, by midnight, Peace Movers are required to submit their evaluation data. Data is collected after every class. Third-party volunteers also sit in and observe every session, recording their own data, tracking any conflicts they see. And it's not just Dance for Peace evaluating itself. Information comes in from everyone. Dance for Peace wouldn't just come in for 1 hour to our schools and then leave. They would create an entire culture of peace in our schools. Teachers and principals, we all could also use the Dance for Peace strategies in our classrooms, outside of the classrooms. Dance for Peace can be a part of our communities. They can work with us to better the culture of all of our schools. Dance for Peace is growing quickly. Why? Because there is proof behind their logic. In 2010, 42% of Dance for Peace students said they treat others badly when they are angry. After only 10 weeks of curriculum, that's 10 weeks, not very long, that number dropped to 30%. Also, in the same amount of time, a teacher in one school who ordinarily had to intervene in over 10 classroom conflicts a day said that Dance for Peace has brought that number down to less than 5. I can really see Prince George's County Schools fitting in with these visions that Dance for Peace has. And Dance for Peace has invited us. In May, we could go meet their DC students. We could see their performances. We could learn more about Dance for Peace. And we could have it in schools by fall. And because Dance for Peace is interdisciplinary, it can be a part of all school aspects. It's multifaceted. So, for example, Malcolm X in DC pays for Dance for Peace through their school safety budget. Columbia Heights Education Campus uses their world culture budget. DC's Tyler Elementary and Payne Elementary pull from their arts integration budget, all to pay for Dance for Peace. It can be integrated as part of gym, art, dance, character, or civic education. It can be a part of specials. It can be an after-school program. World affairs. It can be used anytime. So I know what everyone in here is thinking. You're like, when can we see these kids do something? So I did bring a little video. Get it working. So, is there sound? Yes.
When I started, I was working with dance teachers in the outskirts of Bogota, working to develop a movement that would promote a culture of peace and tolerance, one in which students would learn basic social and emotional competencies for peace, like active listening and appreciation of diversity and communication, dialogue, anger management, mediation. There has been a tremendous call to action this year in the wake of several tragedies that happened as a result of bullying and violence in our schools. Close to half of all children are bullied while in primary or secondary school. Young people today lack the social and emotional skills to build a culture of peace, both within the classroom and in our world. In order to get these skills into our curriculum, we can integrate peace education into all classroom learning through an innovative, interdisciplinary approach. Dance for Peace is the paradigm shift we need to bring peace back into our classrooms. Our programming is already financially and programmatically sustainable. Financially, schools and universities contribute a fee for service. Programmatically, students advance through our innovative curriculum targeted to their needs and communities, eventually becoming junior peace movers and then peace mover facilitators, allowing them to go through the progressive pipeline and get back to their communities through mentorship and leadership,
like what you saw, and you can follow Dance for Peace online, and just, I really think we should get Prince George's County on board with this. Thank you.
I really enjoyed your presentation. How do you think this would work in the high schools?
Well, the curriculum would be in elementary through middle schools, and then as the students graduate Dance for Peace, they go back to help kind of like being like camp counselors when you know, finish your camp and go back. And it wouldn't start in high schools.
So, going back to Jordan and Emily and Liza's presentation about AVID, and looking at this as in the context of the character education program, there is money in Maryland's Race to the Top application to support movement in the classroom. How do you think about that? How we might?
I actually don't know much about AVID because I don't have it in my school. All I know is from their presentation, but I do think they sound like they support similar ideas and similar.
So in this Race to the Top application, they talk about movement in all classroom instruction. And I think everyone in the room could kind of make sense of that. But they didn't want to talk about the connection to character as. So we need to think
They
about
did or they did not?
They did not, which I think adds an interesting component to this proposal.
I mean, it's just an added benefit. That's less.
No, I'm past that.
How many, in the schools that you mentioned, in the various countries, and in D.C. and in Chicago, other places, are they targeted to one class, or is it to multiple classes? How does that work?
It depends on the school, but it's not like a whole school. And so, some classes have students of all different ages, and some classes might only be like a 7th grade class. How those students are chosen, I'm not sure, like whether it would be, if it was an after-school program, like versus a special, it could be something that all students went through. If it was an after-school program, maybe teachers would recommend students they thought would benefit for it.
Does that change the dollar amount? Does that change the cost? If it's an after school for all students, if it's a specials for all students versus after school?
I think it's still a per class cost.
Okay.
But I don't know for sure how that, yes. Yeah. I actually really wanted my school to do it as an after-school program, but and we kind of talked about it, but my principal said through Prince George's County, it had to be like a Prince George's County set, like after-school program.
With that, we are at time, but thank
All
you.
right, thank you.